All right, we are back with Blocky music, but this one's a little bit different.
Oh,
Um,
um, what?
so I
Why is
mean,
it
we're
different?
we're still
What does this
doing
change?
we're still doing a Blocky music as we normally do, right? That's not
Okay.
changing,
Yes.
but
All right.
the music that we're doing is not from a game or
Okay.
not from a game that exists.
I
You're like, my brain is at 5%. Plug me in. You can't just throw curveballs at me.
shutting down.
Um, no, no. So like, a long time. I mean, how long ago? I don't know. Like 2010 when when I got the WarioWare game. You know how like I make music on WarioWare, and then
Yes.
whatever.
Uh-huh.
One of the things I did like on while I was doing that, I was like, oh, it'd be cool if like I made like a soundtrack for a game and like made all these level themes, and I did that way back when, and then when I got my iPad and I started messing with it, I like remade them but on the iPad so they don't sound blocky anymore. Uh,
So they don't sound blocky?
they don't sound blocky anymore, so they don't sound like the regular beep boops. They sound more like I don't spherical. I think we were just talking about this blocky versus
Yeah.
um but yeah, so these are all
Edges have
originals.
been smoothed, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh,
um
interesting. Also, I could
so
have easily just looked at the artist name. For some reason, I never paid attention to like anything but the
the
title of the song.
composers
Yeah, literally, that could have, helped me out.
that could have
But
been
anyways,
um
yes.
so yeah, so this is a soundtrack for a game. Like I said, it doesn't exist because obviously it doesn't exist, but um I made it. I made this like almost 10 years ago, and then these versions of the songs I did earlier this year. It was like one of the first things I did this year. Um, so yeah, obviously there's nothing to reference as far as like imagery because it doesn't exist.
Except for now, I'm gonna give it a whole. I'm gonna give it a whole background story and everything. We're gonna either be underwater, in space, in a volcano. We're gonna find out right now
Yeah, yeah.
where these areas are at.
Like I know what they are in my head, and they were
Well,
originally labeled, but I'm not gonna say them. Um, and then just so you know, so there's three parts to it. We're gonna do just one right now, but there's three parts, and
what?
they're three like each each area has like in my head it was like you have three characters and you can play each area with each character, and the song is different based off who you play as, but they're all variations of the same song.
Oh, snap, crackle, and pop.
So like for
Okay.
example, area one, like in this one, and I'm not gonna say much more about anything else, but like in this one, it takes place during the day, and then like for the part two version, it takes place during like close to the sun's going down, and then part three takes place at night. But it's the same area. But it just sounds different because it's different times of day.
Mind
Um,
been blown.
so yeah,
Whoa.
and so that's all I got. Any questions before we begin?
Uh,
And you can rank these however you want. Obviously, like I'm not a musician, so I'm not. These aren't like
I'm literally judging you, brother.
I
It's
know.
what's happening.
I
Oh,
don't care.
it's gonna be amazing. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
All
Area
right.
one. Let's
Here we
start.
go.
Wait, pause it. What is the name of this? Was this uh like game?
Oh, it's called Dingle Quest
Okay, great.
because the
All
little
right,
the
continue.
little character at the front, his name is Dingle,
I see.
and
It makes sense.
these are the Dingle versions. That's why, because it's his levels.
Amazing.
All
Okay.
right. Well, I mean, I wasn't gonna name it like anything. If it wasn't goofy, it wouldn't be me.
Yes, yes.
All right.
All right.
Here we go. All right, Area 1.
Okay. Okay. I know that your little character has arms, but at first glance, I thought he didn't. So in my mind, all he has is feet, and he's jumping around in this area, wherever it may be. Um, that's how I pictured and I envisioned everything. He's just jumping around, but he's jumping like really fast. And it's one of those like there's like if you could fall and die type of thing.
Hmm.
That's how I'm envisioning this game. Um, very fast pace. At first, like I don't want to say racing game, but something that's like fast paced, like maybe even one of those where like the screen is moving and you can't go back type of thing.
Hmm.
You feel the pressure with this one is what I don't know what's happening, but I'm gonna well we know that we start off very basic, very neutral. So I'm gonna give it 3. I don't know
Okay.
where we're gonna go from here, but for right now, it's a 3.
Okay. Do you want me to tell you what the idea behind the stages are, or do you want to just at the end? Do you want me to, or what do you?
At the end, at the end.
Okay. Cool. So then, Area 2.
Now we're in a cave.
All right. Area 2.
This one remind me of like the in Pokemon where there's like the 2 towers and one of them burns. So
Mm-hmm.
it's giving me very like was that Japan? Was that in
Well, I mean, yeah, I think the whole Pokemon up until like the first like 4 or 5 games were all in Japan.
anywho. Um, that's what I'm getting at. Um let's see. I didn't feel this one as much. So this one I feel like the first one I gave it a 3 because I'm like I don't know where things are gonna go from here. But this one I can honestly just give it a 3.
Okay. Like not like a let's change it later 3, but like a 3-3.
Yeah, like very much it's just there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
right. Then we have Area 3. All right. Area 3.
I don't know if this little dingle is like a collector, if he's a fighter, if he's I don't know, but in this one he's a collector. He is underwater collecting something. It felt very like dark. Dark and not dark as in like scary, dark as in like it's gonna sound funny. Like if there's no light,
Mm-hmm.
like cave, you know?
Yes.
Like yeah,
Like
not dark.
the visibility is low.
Yes. Yes. And it's also kind of like I have to be careful. So like I don't know, something can like hurt me if I go too fast. Because the other ones were going really fast, and this one we slowed down a little bit. Um. Ooh. Here's my thing though. I like fast paced songs, so we're gonna have to give this guy a 3. I'm sorry.
Okay, and then stays where it is.
Yeah, because I did like the fast paced one, and then probably area one we're gonna change it up. But yes, right now leave as is.
Okay, then we have area 4.
Oh, okay.
All right, area 4.
This Dingle is a knight going to a castle. Feels very majestic. Feels very intense. Very serious. He's not playing any games. He's like, I gotta go and I gotta save somebody. Um, that somebody may be like we might bust like a Mario, and he's like, I gotta save a Peach, or bust like I don't know if there's a game where it's like I gotta save my village, so I'm gonna go out and like find us some food type of thing. But he's on a quest. Um, I like this one. We're gonna give it a 4.
Okay.
That like the I don't know what was in the background. The intense sounding sound really got me.
Yeah, like the big slam.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, you when it came in, you were like, "Oh."
Yeah. Caught me off guard. I was like, what? Yeah.
All right. Cool. Then we're going to area 5. All right, area 5.
I do like this one. I can't. I don't know what the Dingle's doing. I'm trying to. I couldn't picture this one. So this one's mysterious. Was that not? But for the song itself, um, I think it was a high 3.
Okay.
A high 3. The top 3. I'm gonna give it a top.
All right. Then we have area 6. All right, Area 6.
I like that this one kept a good like beat all the way through, even though there was parts of it in the background that were changing. It gave very much like a big clock that's like counting down. Um, I don't know where Dingle that, but in terms of where I'm gonna put it, mm, I'm gonna give it like I'll give it a 3. But where do I want to? I'm gonna put it. Oh, I don't remember what Area 5 was. I don't remember any of them. Um, I'm gonna get the top of the 3. The top of the
Okay. Then we have Area 7. So vague, all of them.
Yes, very much so.
All right, Area 7.
That one's very low.
Yeah, that was harder to hear. I don't know why the volumes aren't like.
Huh. Yeah, that one was too slow. I think that's gonna be our first 2-star, buddy. It ain't it. It wasn't it. I'm a fast paced individual and an area 7 is just it ain't it.
It ain't it. All
It
right.
ain't it.
All right. Then we move on to Area 8. We're almost there. We're almost at the end.
Mhm.
Here we go. All right. That was Area 8.
This one is wacky. I don't know how else to describe. It's very much I feel like you're hiding from something. Um there's a sense of like, oh, you gonna get got. You gotta be careful. Um I liked that it was different from the rest. Not too different. I feel like there was another one that was kind of different, but I just didn't like it because it was slow. It was okay. Um I'm gonna do Wow, this is quite the quite the list we got here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's a three, but I don't know where to put it. um, oh yeah, yeah. At the we'll put at the bottom of the three.
All right. And then we have area number 9. All right, area 9.
This one's funny because I feel like in the very beginning of like when you were making making these, I feel like I heard that type of like drum beat very often. So when I hear it, I associate it with like, oh, this is the type of like music that he would make or does make. So this one sounds, if anything, very much
This is what you
from what I
expected.
remember. Yes, this is the one. So it sounds in a sense familiar, even though like I there's no game to accompany it. Um, and because of that, I'm gonna give it. And also, it's fast paced, so like automatically, it's a little bit better. Um, we're gonna give it a four. I can't remember what Area 4 sounds like, but I'm gonna put this at the top of the four.
Okay. And then the last one is area 10. And here we go.
Do you hear that drum? That's yep, that. Uh-huh.
All right, area 10.
This one has is the same as the other one, where I'm like, this is what I was expecting. Very gives me a sense of like it's like I'm familiar with it. So here's the question. I'm gonna put it right below area 9. 5. Sorry, 4. I can't read the number of the stars.
Okay, and we have some sorting to do. Looks like.
A lot, a lot. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get to sorting. We'll do the threes first, and then kind of go from there.
Okay.
We'll start. We'll start. I guess we'll start here.
Can we switch those two?
Okay.
And we'll move it to a 4. I like it. I like it now. I like the first half of that, and then this part, like I wanted it to go as fast. First part. Area 2, can we move it up to above 6? The 3 and the 8, they can stay like that.
Okay.
Yes.
And then we'll do the 4s.
Okay. Can you switch the 10 and the 4? Here we go. It's just so majestic.
that
Can you
is.
play?
Oh.
Wait, hold up. Oh, we ain't done. We
Oh,
ain't done.
okay.
Play area 2 again. I want to see if I might switch my ratings for area 5 and area 2. Okay, and then play area 5. I want to switch them and their ratings. So area 2, let's make it a 4, but the bottom of the 4. Area 5, we'll put it as the top of the 3. Yes.
And then poor area 7.
Yeah, no, not my watch.
Yeesh. All right. Well, that is the full 10 of them. I'll play back each one and I'll tell you what I guess I'll explain more of like my idea.
Yay! Okay, let's see.
So I always thought of it as like, because there's 3 characters, they all play different. With Dingle being, have you played Chip and Dale before? Where you like, it's like a old Blocky, yeah, like left to right, and you can pick up boxes and throw them at people.
Yes,
that's kind of what I imagined for him, where he's like running around and he can pick stuff up and throw it. Because he's small and he's not like really strong, but he can pick up stuff and throw it. That's what I imagined for him. And so the different maps, I guess I'll just do it from here. So area 9 is, let me do it in order actually. Area 1 is like what was it? It was like the Chinatown part of a city.
Yeah.
And like I was like, well, let's make it light, but because it's the first one, so it can't be like too intense. But fast because, he's the faster one, so that's kind of like that was the idea behind that one. Okay. Number 2, you actually said it's like you said castle, and then you said like I'm like in a temple or something, and I think I think the word that I used like on the description for it originally was temple. So
wow.
Yeah, so that one was temple. Number 3, you said like it feels like it's like dark, or you can't see that well, or it's kind of like you're hiding. This one, the theme was graveyard.
What? Okay.
I think it was like haunted house / graveyard was the original idea behind that.
Okay. I can see it, or I can hear it, I guess.
Number 4, you said it sounds majestic, like you're epic storming a castle. This one is like a cavern or a cave.
I got it. What? I thought, I mean, yeah, I could see that. Stick with my majestic idea.
And like, remember, like when I made these on WarioWare originally, like I didn't have access to like all these instruments. It was very much like a lot blockier, so it didn't sound like this. Number 5, you said I don't know what this is. This one, the idea was like a baseball stadium, and so it's like it's supposed to be light-hearted, but then and I'll play the part right now, but I used like an organ as the main instrument, because in baseball, like they use like
Mhm.
the do 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 do.
Yeah. Yes,
So
yes, yes.
that's what. So that's what that was the idea behind that.
Okay.
We were running around like a baseball stadium. Number 6, I never got like I never figured out what I wanted this to be. I think
Hmm.
I think it was like a it was kind of like a God, what did I name it? It was the one that I was always confused about. Because I made you have very small room for notes on the thing, and like when I look back, I'm like, what the hell? But I think the idea was like kind of like an abandoned house, but not at night. Like it's still daylight, so you're like in an abandoned house, but it's daylight. So
Okay.
it's like a creepy area, but in a not creepy way. I think it was what I was going for.
Hmm.
I think it's interesting that you were like, oh, it sounds like a like there's a clock or you're in a clock or something like that. Because
Yeah.
I can see that like being like a thing in the background or like something that's just happening because of the space you're in because it's like an abandoned house. So that's that one. 7, our sad little friend down at the bottom. I think this one was a factory, like just like an abandoned
Oh,
factory.
what?
Okay. Number 8, you're like, oh, this one sounds wacky and like I don't know what's going on. This one was the supposed to be like the ice snow world, like mountain.
Oh,
So I'll play it again. And that one, because I feel like normally ice worlds are like slower and like more mellow, and I was like, nah, I don't like that. So I made it a little bit more upbeat, and then I don't know what game I remember, but the ice level always has like a sharp instrument as its lead. Like when they're blocky, like the main instrument's
yes.
kind of like sharp and like chilly sounding. So that's why I went
Uh-huh.
with like the violin pluck
Uh,
as the
oh,
lead. Area 9 is the opposite. So it's like the fire cavern volcano thing. And then that one, it sounds I think more intense in the original. And then I was just like, I don't need it to be that intense. So, but it is more faster paced because
okay.
it's more, more dangerous. I guess is the word. Um, and then Area 10 is the lab where the villain, the secret hideout laboratory, whatever.
Oh my God.
And then it's the last one, so it has a more serious and kind of like end of the road type of feel.
Yes. Uh-huh.
So yeah, those are the ideas behind the ten areas for this game that doesn't exist, but you know what? Doesn't matter. This literally like a lot of these are from like they're like 10 years old, like the songs.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's been a minute.
It has been a minute, and Area 2 is actually the first one I ever made for this whole. That was actually the first one I made for like the whole thing originally. That gave me the idea of like, oh,
Mm.
what if I made this as like a little project thing, and then
Got it.
yeah. So part one of Dingle Quest, where you play as Dingle. Any closing thoughts?
Well, man, I really thought that in Area 4 he was he was on a quest. You know, it felt majestic. But in my heart, Dingle will be, you know, riding off into the sunset when Area 4 is in play. Pretty cool. Pretty I thought it was interesting that I could immediately like some of them were just so very like you. Like it just it stood out more than the others. Even when we played them again, I could hear the drums again. But it was I forgot which one it was where I'm just like, wait a minute, this sounds very familiar. Um
It was
and
Aaron
it's
9.
was it I probably was. Um because I've made a reference to it in like the other one that we listened to where I was like, wait, this sounds very much like where you would get your like inspiration from. But it was
Mm-hmm.
like a game song.
Yeah, like
Um
an actual Blocky music.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So that's cool. Um oh, do I gotta rate it overall out of 10?
Sure. I mean, that's the what we do at the end of the Blocky music.
Oh, crikey. I'm gonna give it an average 7. I'm gonna give it a 7.
All right, that was
Mhm.
Blocky music, and like I said, this one was different than all the other ones because this is it's my own music and it doesn't exist as
Yes.
a game, but it exists as a music. So
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes.
it close enough, close enough. Also, I want to do something different, and because we had been doing a lot of like actual Blocky music, and I was like, let's do something a little different.
Okay, okay.
But yeah,
Yeah.
knowing that there is a part two and a part three to this, which will happen at some
Oh
point.
yeah.
So yeah, the songs
So
are
stay tuned.
staying tuned because the songs are the same, but they're not the same.
What?
So goodbye.